Today I'm going to be working on installing a roof rack to hold the solar panels and really anything else that we decide we want to put up on the roof. Instead of going the traditional route with an OEM roof rail system for Mercedes Sprinters, I've decided to go the route of Unistrut. We used Unistrut to hold the solar panels on our school bus, and we think that it's going to be a superb alternative to a $300 plus roof rail system that we're still going to need other bits and bobs to make work properly. So let's get to it. Stuff's cold. So we've got our low-rise, medium height Unistrut here. This is probably just low height Unistrut, but we've got that. We have flathead screwdriver here, pair of scissors for the butyl tape, and a pair of channel locks, because apparently it's pretty difficult to get some of these out once you've got the glue cleared up. I'm not going to be removing every plug here. That would be a little unnecessarily costly. Essentially what I'm going to do here, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, about 11 or 12 plugs to remove. I think I'm going to split that in half and do about 5 bolting points on each Unistrut. That would be more than sufficient. It's going to have bolts, washers, and locking nuts there, and the panels will be very, very low to the roof line. So 5 I think is more than enough. We have fewer panels and they're going to be lower to the roof of the van as opposed to what we had on the bus, and we only had those Unistruts fixed in 4 points each, so we're good. These are what we're talking about removing here. Got a little bit of ice and water there on that one, but there's an adhesive around this that we have to heat up, and supposedly the trick to it is put your heat gun on it until you start to see it bubble, and at that point everything there is soft enough that it'll just pop right out. So that's the plan. That's what we're going to be doing here with it. There it goes. Pretty quick. Let's give it a shot, see how it goes. Yep, right like that. This glue gets super soft and then hard as a rock.
There are so many options that you can pick when it comes to a solar roof or solar roof rack or just roof rack in general for your van. As I had mentioned, we used Unistrut because of the cost in comparison to the OEM Mercedes Sprinter roof rail system. The total project cost, not including our solar panels, was about 1/3 the cost of just the rails alone. That's mounting hardware for the solar panels as well as mounting hardware plus the rails in the Unistrut system. It's quite a bit more substantial than just the Sprinter roof rail would have been from the factory.
Okay, so we've got our holes opened up. We need to put some butyl tape down now. I've already got my bolts with a split washer and a flat washer prepared up here. Then we're going to do the same split washer, flat washer, nylock nut at the end to keep everything nice, tight, and the nylock so it doesn't back off while we're going down the road. Let's get to it. So a little bit of butyl goes a long way. This stuff is awesome. I highly recommend it for projects like these. I'm going to do a double layer here. So now that we've got the bolts through the roof, we're gonna be using these larger washers. We'll also still be using split washers and nylock bolts. Let's get to it. We just need to get that on there for the time being. Then we can go up top and get it actually stuck down.
We decided that our primary goal with the van build was to have comfort and as many utilities that make our van feel like home. So for us, we used 4 150 watt mono-crystalline solar panels and 2 max air fans, as you already know. We weren't so much concerned with having utility up top more than it just being a powerhouse.
This is how the solar is going to be mounted. We have 4 150 watt panels and they fit perfectly between our 2 max air fans, which I'm super excited about. I've just got them positioned properly, exactly where I want them, and now I am about to take each panel down and drill out a spot to bolt them to each of these L brackets. So that's the plan now. Got to get them down. Fun. I've drilled out some holes in the panels and I'm about to start doing some test fitting, and if it works out, I'm just going to go ahead and mount them. So I've got some bolts, I have some washers and nuts. I also have some thread lock. So let's get it done.
Hey guys, I know this doesn't make any sense because Chase is installing some solar panels, but I just wanted to pop in here and tell you all hi, that I miss you, and then I hate that I'm not in today's vlog, but I was hanging out with my mom. After 6 years not seeing her, we had a ton to talk and a ton to do. Look at how good Chase is doing. I gave him all the advice to do all this project. You're welcome.
Panel 1. Now I'm putting the last of the bolts to the Unistrut and I'm done. I just gotta tighten some stuff up now. That's it. Now we got all of my cables pulled and we have our solar. Not complete, but just about. It's getting late and it's getting cold. Yeah, we've got family coming in, so I've got to tidy up here and call it a night. I know I've said it like a million times at this point, but I think today I'm gonna do a little bit of electrical work. I have some pretty cheap auto body grommets. I think I'm using 7/16. I have a 3/8 bit just to make a hole large enough for the grommet to go into, because the inside diameter is 7/16. The outside diameter is quite a bit larger than that. And then I have 30 feet of black and red solar extension wire. This is what's going to be coming through the roof entry gland into the actual body of the vehicle. A butyl tape, mastic tape, whatever you want to call it. I've got all sorts of caulk, lap sealant, Gorilla Glue, all the good stuff. And if I can find it somewhere around here, there it is. I found my roof entry gland. So I'm using Link Solar White. That's it. So come on, I gotta get this done. I have work today. Solar panels are looking good up here. I think I could level some of them out a little bit. They've moved ever so slightly. That's okay, I expected that. If you remember earlier in the build, I made a little mistake. Actually, I need to paint that a little bit too. And I drilled through here. What I think I'm actually gonna do though is bring the roof entry gland over here. I have one leftover, I don't even know what you call it, that I'm probably gonna push down in here, seal around it, just to kind of cover the mistake there from when we removed the plugs. That's what it is. It's a plug from the, oh, I can't even think of the name of it. Whatever, you get what I'm saying. I stepped it up a little bit to a 1532, so almost ½ inch. I'm rubbing these back and forth between my fingers to soften them up a little bit because they are pretty stiff. I've painted around this area just to try and keep it as rust free as possible. Push this through to get it most of the way in there. Then I need a little bit of a helper. My grommets are in. This is gonna go right like that. Well, I messed up. I took these off. I should have just loosened them a little bit. So I had to pull the cable completely back out. Let's do it all over again. There we go. All right, so it's on there pretty damn well. Last but not least, never forget to use lap sealant. All the way around the areas that are going to be exposed. We've got enough back here as well. So this job, I think, is pretty well finished.